It's Madden NFL 22, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Bears and the Buccaneers, and it's coming up next.
On the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Chicago Bears and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go from Tampa. From the 6. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
Good move at the 30. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Next, the receivers don't spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McMahon. Open man here is Gentry.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Operating from the gun, McMahon. He'll drop this off to Payton. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
To throw on 2nd down, McMahon. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They'll look to throw again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
Here comes the Bears punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnists write, possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
They'll run on 1st down. Pittman, and he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Johnson. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Getting up your man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Second and 10. To throw again, Johnson. He gets this one to Johnson. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches, so as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
You see me?
And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field.
Let's go, let's go.
We'll check on his status when we get back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it would be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On 2nd down now, Payton. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
To throw. McMahon. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On 1st and 10, McMahon. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 33 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
No score after 1. Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. McMahon. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McMahon. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. McMahon. They set up the screen to Payton. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
51, Mike 51. Touchdown, defense.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's 2nd and a yard. They run the counter. Pittman, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Johnson finding the open man, Jurevicius. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
A little football 101 there. just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They go play action here on first down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Back to throw. Johnson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this one is incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. That's complete to Jurevicius. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
Three down.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
We need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown! From 19 yards away. And the Bucs have taken the lead. That could be an important swing right there. Touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that one a long 11-point drive. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown. Throwing on first down, McMahon. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McMahon. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pound their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and hurt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. Johnson. That's caught by Jurevicius. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Looking to throw. Johnson. Being chased out left. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. CD for offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Bears going to get one more possession in this first half. And they really won't have much time to work with, just 19 seconds showing on the clock. $19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in every...
No, I'm not mad at you for skipping halftime, but can I just have a sip of water real quick, please? Thank you. All right, let's go. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half, they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now Johnson throwing on 1st down. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Johnson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. On second down, Pittman, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
Here's Johnson from the gun on 3rd down. He finds his man Johnson, and he is going to have the Bucs first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Johnson to throw on 2nd down. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 32-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Johnson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the 3rd quarter from Tampa. Back to throw. Johnson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Johnson now on 3rd down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now Johnson to throw on 3rd down. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. There to make the ground. And the Buccaneers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
That drive, they really increased their cushion. Felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. That would have set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. Not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw. McMahon steps away to his left. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the gun, McMahon. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, he shifts past him. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. And to give this time to the tailback. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to take it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll keep it on the ground. Pittman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. 45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd down now, Pittman. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd down, Pittman. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On 2nd down, Pittman. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Starting to look look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Mike 51, let's go.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.